Good morning, friends. I am Mr. Ratna Kumar, Training Associate in Physics, Journal Institute of Education and Training, Bhubaneswar. Today I am going to present this video on magnetic effects of current. Let us go through this video. KBS JEET Bhubaneswar, 12th Physics, Unit Magnetic Effects of Current and Magnetism. The learning units are Magnetic Effects of Current and Magnetism. Chapter 4, Moving Charges and Magnetism. Concept of Magnetic Field. Oersted Experiment. And Biot-Savart law and its application to current carrying, circular loop, straight loop, and many more its applications. Let us go to the next. So this is a photograph of the scientist. He observed an experiment that when a current carrying conductor, a magnetic field exists around the current carrying conductor. Let us see this experiment, what I have done on its basis.
Good morning, friends. Today we are going to see about the magnetic effects of current. In this unit, first of all we have to go and study about the moving charges. In electrostatic we studied about the static charge. What happened in the static charge is there, around the charge there will be a electric field exist. So that is the charges are not moving, the charges at rest. Now in the next unit you are going to study about the charges are in moving, that is called current, to current electricity. When the charge is moving, it is not only have the electric field but also magnetic field exists. To prove this, the scientist Mr. Oersted found an experiment that when a current carrying conductor is there, a magnetic field exists around it. So that experiment we are going to see now. Let us see this. See this one, what I have written, Oersted experiment. A deflection in magnetic needle when brought close to a straight wire carrying current. Now we are going to study about this experiment, and this is I have taken this length of a wire, and this is a compass needle and two batteries just for the giving the current. See, now when we touch this battery, the current will start to move in the wire. When a straight wire is carrying conductor current, and you can see the deflection in the compass needle. This compass is made up of iron only. So if this magnetic field exists around the current carrying conductor, it will get deflection. That is the Oersted experiment. Let us see this one. Now there is no movement at all in the close. When you see the close in this needle, this only you can focus. When you see that there is no deflection in the needle, bring closer just. Yes, see now the needle is at rest. The needle is at rest. Okay, are you observing? Now let us see when I am touching this battery. See that what happens? Deflection take place. Okay. So when I touch here, in the battery, see that it is open. When I touch here, it gets deflection. So by this way you can understand that current carrying conductors magnetic fields exist. See that? So I hope that you might have understood that experiment proved that the current carrying conductor is having a magnetic field around it by the deflection of this compass needle.
Yes. Through this activity, you might have understood that the magnetic field exists around the current carrying conductor. Let's talk about this more. Both electricity and magnetism have been known for more than 2000 years. However, it was only about 200 years ago, in 1820, that it was realized that they were intimately related. During a lecture demonstration in summer of 1820, the Danish physicist Hans Christian Ørsted noticed that a current in a straight wire caused a noticeable deflection in a nearby magnetic compass needle. He investigated this phenomena. Then he found that the alignment of the needle is tangential to an imaginary circle which has the straight line wire as its center and has its plane perpendicular to the wire. It is noticeable when the current is large and the needle sufficiently close to the wire so that the earth magnetism field may be ignored. Reversing the direction of the current reverses, the orientation of the needle also changes its direction. So, the deflection increases on increasing the current or bringing the needle closer to the wire. Iron filings sprinkled around arrange themselves in concentric circle with the wire at the center. As if you put a iron fillings near this current carrying wire, it will align itself a circular arrangement or circle. Ørsted concluded that moving charge or the current proves that the magnetic field exists on its surroundings. So this is the direction, magnetic needle, this is the direction of the needle which make a circle. Ørsted experiment. So just now we have seen the activity and also diagrammatic representation. You see that this is just like a key. It is the rod is taken, current is passing through that. Deflection shown by the compass needle due to current flowing through the wire. And compass shows no deflection when no current flow through the wire. That we have seen already just now. This is a photograph of the Ørsted experiment, current carrying wire and deflection of magnetic needle. The same thing what I told you in 1820, Hans Christopher Ørsted, while preparing his lecture in physics, noticed that electric current passing through a wire deflects the nearby magnetic compass. By the proper investigation, he observed that deflection of magnetic compass is due to the change in magnetic field produced around current carrying conductor, as shown in the figure. When the direction of the current is reversed, the magnetic compass deflection in opposite direction. This leads to the development of the theorem of electromagnetism, which unifies the two branches in physics, namely electricity and magnetism. Next, magnetic force, its source and its field. The charge Q, the source of the field, produces an electric field where just in static charges produces electric field. The current or moving the charge produces in addition a magnetic field. That I have already told you also, you might have observed. Notice by the symbol B, R is a distance, B is a symbol for the magnetic field. Again a vector field. It has several basic properties identical to the electric field. It is defined as at each point in space and can in addition depends on time. Experimentally, it is found that to obey principle of superposition, the magnetic field of several sources in the vector addition of magnetic field of each individual source. The photograph of Henrik Anton Lorentz. So Lorentz gave the equation for the magnetical force. So 1850 in his period, 1928, Dutch theoretical physicist, professor at Leiden, He investigated the relationship between the electricity and magnetism and mechanics in order to explain the absurd effect of magnetic field on emitters of light, that is Zeeman effect. He posted the existence of electric charge in the atom, for which he was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1902. He derived a set of transformation equation known after him as Lorentz transformation equation. By some tangent the mathematical argument, but he was not aware that this equation hinges on a new concept of space and time. So this is the diagram for the, let us think this is a current carrying conductor. So around the current carrying, the constant success will be so that the magnetic field. So that, and then the next diagram, this is the direction of the, B is the direction of the magnetic field, and this is the moment of the charge. And the force is exerted perpendicular to the magnetic field. And these three factors are perpendicular to each other. Magnetic field, Lorentz force. Might have the familiar equation in magnetism. Suppose that there is a point Q, that is charge Q moving with a velocity v and located at a distance r in the given time. In presence of both the electric field, capital E symbol, and the magnetic field, capital B, at the distance r. The force on electrical charge Q due to the both of them can be written as F is equal to Q E R plus V into B with respect to the distance r. So that the first one is the electric field, force due to electric field, second one is the force due to magnetic field. In combined we can say that Lorentz equation, F is equal to BQV also we can say that. So E is the electric field, B is the magnetic field. But both can be additive. So this equation is called Lorentz force or Lorentz magnetical force. This force was first by H.A. Lorentz based on the extensive experiment of Ampere and others. It is called the Lorentz force. You have already studied in details the force due to the electric field. If we look at the interaction with the magnetic field, we are following the features. Let us find this. It depends on charge Q, velocity v, and v is the magnetic field. Charge of the particle, the velocity, and the magnetic field. Force on a negative charge is opposite to that of a positive charge. The magnetic force Q into V cross B includes a vector product of velocity and magnetic field. The vector product makes the force due to magnetic. And this is the diagram for the direction of Lorentz force. First one case is positive charge here, and second is negative charge. Negative charge here. See the direction, the left hand rule, left hand thumb rule. See, thumb shows that the force, and this the direction of the force is the remaining fingers, and this is the velocity of the charge. So it is based on the left hand Fleming rule. The field vanishes, becomes zero if the velocity and magnetic fields are parallel and anti-parallel. The force exerted in a sideways direction perpendicular to the both velocity and magnetic field. Yes, since they are perpendicular each other, and B cross, when you are taking out the cross product, then sin theta will come, then sin 90 will cancel each other, it is zero. Its direction is given by the screw rule or right hand rule for vector. So not left hand, it is a right hand only. Sorry for that. But for the product, it is a cross product as illustrated in the figure. The magnetic force is zero if the charge is not moving. Yes, when there is no charge is moving, then the velocity also zero. Then in equation we are putting the V is equal to zero, then no force will be experienced by the charge. expression for the magnetic force help us to define the unit of magnetic field if one takes Q, F and V all to be unity in the force equation. F is equal to Q into V cross B, that is equal to QV B sin theta. When the cross product take it out, sin theta will, where n cap is a unit vector, where n cap is the angle, the theta is the angle between the velocity of the charge and the magnetic field. The magnitude of the magnetic field B is 1, that is a 1. In SI unit, the magnetic force can be written as, or when the force acting on a unit charge 1 coulomb moving a perpendicular to a magnetic field with a speed 1 meter per second is 1 Newton. Because force is measured in Newton only. The unit is called Tesla in case of this magnetic force, named after Nikola Tesla. Tesla is a rather large unit. A small unit, non-SI, that is called Gauss, is equal to 10 power minus 4 Tesla, is also often used. The Earth magnetic field is about 3.6 in 10 power minus 5 Tesla. T means Tesla. Let us see the next one. And this diagram shows you that the physical situation of the magnetic field in case of this concept and the in Tesla measured. Surface of the neutron star 10 power 8. And typical large field in the laboratory 1 Tesla. Near a small bar magnet 10 power minus 2. On the earth surface 10 power minus 5. Human nerve fiber 10 power minus 10. Interstellar space 10 power minus 2. These are the values of the magnitude of the magnetic field in case of this. And this is the same diagram represented for the Lorentz magnetic force. This is the direction, all are perpendicular, velocity, force and the magnetic field are perpendicular to each other. The direction of the magnetic force acting on a charged particle, the force on positive charged particle with velocity v and making an angle theta with the magnetic field is given by the right angle rule. B. A moving charge particle q is deflected in the opposite sense to minus q in the presence of magnetic field. Let's see more about this. A particle of charge q moves with velocity v along the positive y direction in the magnetic field B vector. Compute the Lorentz force experienced by the particle. First case, when a magnetic field is along positive y direction, when magnetic field points in a positive z direction, and when the magnetic field is in zy plane and making an angle theta with velocity of the particle. Make the direction of the magnetic force in each case. And this is the diagram for the magnetic field is along the positive direction. So the equation will be B vector will be Vj, because in y direction, y is positive. So Lorentz equation will become the magnetic force will be Q into V j vector cross B into j vector. They are in the y direction. So the force acts on the particle when it moves along the direction of the magnetic field. So next case, magnetic field points in the positive z direction. This implies B vector is equal to B into k cap. So in this Cartesian diagram, that is xy direction, that B is mentioned in z direction and the velocity is in y direction and force in x direction. So from Lorentz force, the magnetic force is equal to Q into V j vector cross B k vector, which is equal to Q V V I vector. When you are taking the j cross k, then I vector will be coming. Magnetic field in xy plane and making an angle theta with the velocity of the particle, which implies B vector is equal to B cos j vector plus B cos theta k unit vector. And this diagram shows you that the angle between this magnetic field and the velocity of the charge, y direction. So from this Lorentz force, then magnetic force can be represented in the vector form is equal to Q velocity vector j cap into B cross theta j unit vector plus B sin theta k unit vector. So QVB sin theta I vector according to the cross product. The next, this is the diagram for this Biot-Savart's law. What says the Biot-Savart's law? The definition of the explanation of Biot-Savart's law. It is directly proportional or direct as the strength of the current. Directly proportional or as the magnitude of the length of the element, dl, length of the element, and I is the current passing through the wire, and directly as the sine of the angle, say theta, between these two, element vector and the direction of the magnetic field. Inversely as the square of the distance between the point P and the length of the element L, dl and P. This is expressed as the small magnetic field is directly proportional to the product of the current and the current element divided by the distance square sin theta. So in total we can write down the small magnetic field can be written in the equation equal. Then when I take the proportionality, constant will come k I dl sin theta by r square, where the constant k is equal to mu naught by r 4 pi. In SI unit k is equal to 1, in CJ unit in vector notation, magnetic field at a point P due to the current carrying conductor. The small magnetic field vector is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl into r cap by r square, where mu naught is the permittivity of the free space. And here vector dB is perpendicular to both I and dl, pointing the direction of the current flow. And the unit vector r cap directed from the point P or towards the point P. And this is the direction in case of the using the hand, the right hand thumb rule. dB direction of the magnetic field, this is the direction of the element, and the unit vector and r the distance at a point from the line element. The E is the direction of the magnetic field using the right hand rule. Next we can go for the Biot-Savart law in vector form. And this is the diagram for this current element, a small portion taken as current element dl. Let us go through the Biot's statement, Biot-Savart law, and the expression in case of vector form. So definition for the Biot-Savart law is that it said that magnetic field small magnetic field due to the current element I into dl at a point having the position vector r vector related to the current element is found to be depend directly on the current element. B is directly proportional to the modulus of the current element and inversely proportional to the distance. B is inversely proportional to 1 by r square modulus, and directly on the sine of the angle between the current element and the position vector r vector. B is directly proportional to sin theta. In combined we can write down dB is proportional to I and dl sin theta by r square, just we have seen before. dB is equal to mu naught I dl sin theta by 4 pi r square. In vector form, dB vector is equal to mu naught I dl vector cross r vector divided by 4 pi r cube. The unit vector will become r by r modulus of r vector r square, then it will become 2 plus 1 r cube. And it's a diagram for this Biot-Savart law. At the point P, the magnetic field exists at a distance r. So in an equation we can write down in the vector form dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I into dl cross r cap by r square. In mathematical form, so the same equation repeated here, dB is equal to I dl cross r vector divided by r square, and dB is equal to k into I dl r cap by r square, where k is the proportionality constant and its value is given by mu naught 4 pi. Let us see that application of this Biot-Savart law, magnetic field due to a long straight conductor carrying a current. So this is the diagrammatic representation. Mn is a long current carrying conductor, and in that we have taken a small portion dl current element at the point A, and this I is the current passing through that. O is the center of the wire. From the center point we can take one point P. At a point P, our distance r from the center point of the current carrying conductor, and A is the distance between OP and r vector towards AP is called r vector, and the point minus theta is the angle, opposite angle, and here the extended up to this law where psi 1 and sin 2, the whole rod or the whole element or current carrying conductor. So this is the magnetic field due to a long straight current carrying conductor diagram. So the magnetic field can be written as per this statement mu naught I dl by 4 pi r square sin theta. Unit vector perpendicular to dl and dr vector. The direction of the field is perpendicular to the plane of the paper and going to it. This can be determined by taking the cross product between the two vectors dl and the r unit vector. Let it be a n cap. The net magnetic field can be determined by integrating the equation with the proper limits. Mu naught by I 4 pi a, these are a common term, constant, and the integration of the psi 1 psi 2 the whole for the whole current wire into sin theta and d theta n cap. So on taking the integration mu naught I by 4 pi a, putting the limits cos psi 1 minus cos psi 2 n cap. For an infinitely long straight wire, Q1 can be taken as 0 and Q2 can be taken as pi. The magnetic field is given by from the above equation in the right angle triangle PAO. Then tan pi minus theta is equal to A by L. A divided by this length of the AO. So L is equal to A by sin tan theta into sin tan pi minus theta, that is equal to minus tan theta. So L is equal to minus A cot theta and the R is equal to A cosecant theta. On differentiating, dl is equal to A cosecant theta, cosecant square theta and d theta, and doing that integration mu naught I by 4 pi, differentiation, A cosecant square theta and d theta divided by A cosecant theta the whole square, sin theta and d theta n cap, and db is equal to mu naught by 4 pi A cosecant square theta and d theta, A square cosecant square theta and sin theta and d theta n cap. So which can be simplified by mu naught I by 4 pi into sin theta and d theta n cap. And another application of the Biot-Savart law, using Biot-Savart's law, deduce an expression for the magnetic field at a point x on the axis of a circular current carrying loop of radius r. How is the direction of the magnetic field determined at this point? And this is the frequently asked questions. Let's go through this application. A magnetic field due to a current carrying loop at a point on its axis. So this is a diagrammatic representation. This is the current loop dl and a small portion cut out from this circular loop dl, small element dl, and point C and D, the distance is r, the radius of the circular loop, and I use the current, and from the center of this loop, that is point P is taken. For the entire circular coil, the distance taken as this C to P and D to P. And this will be the distance between center to this point P is equal to x, and from the point C to P is equal to r vector. You know that r is equal to root of r square plus x square. So this is the radius of this circular coil, and x is this distance. At this point here, they are split up into this, are resolving the rectangular components dB cos theta and dB sin theta. So at the point P, this is the direction of the magnetic field, and in the right hand side and also left hand side. So both are the resolving the rectangle vectors, and here the same direction dB sin theta, that will be cancelled each other. So dB cos theta and the dB cos theta and both are opposite to each other, that will be cancelled, and the only dB sin theta exists. Let us see these derivations. According to Biot-Savart's law, the magnetic field P due to the current element I into dl at the point C here. Then dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl sin 90 theta r square. Then dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl by r square. So sin theta will become 1. Solving dB vector in the horizontal and vertical components, resultant magnetic field at a point P. B is equal to integration of small dB sin theta sin phi. Let us take this phi. Integration mu naught by 4 pi I dl by r square sin phi is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r square sin theta phi integration of dl. So that the whole element, small taken when taking integration, for that will be for whole length of the current loop. So V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I divided by r square, and then L is equal to capital R by small r. And sorry, this is taken from here, capital R by small r into sin theta, that is sin theta. Sin theta can be taken as here, capital R by A, in the circular loop. And length of this wire is 2 pi r, and V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I into r by r cube, r into r cube, and 2 pi r. Both are there, r square will be there, mu naught by I, r square, 2 into r square by x square, the whole 3 by 2. For a coil of n turns, then n can be added, then magnetic field due to this current loop will be mu naught capital N I r square, n is number of rotation of the coil. So turns, we can say that I into current into the radius of the loop square divided by 2 into radius of the loop square plus the x square, the whole 3 by 2. The direction of this magnetic field can be determined by the right hand thumb rule. This is the graphical representation in case of the magnetic field, in case of the x direction. And this is the CM diagram, can be written in this or drawn in this other format. Thank you for watching. What we have seen, this summary is that, let's see this. We have seen this unit magnetic effects of current and magnetism, moving charge and magnetism, and you have understood the concept of the magnetic field, and Oersted experiment told about this existence of the magnetic field around the current carrying conductor, Bayes-Savas law and its application due to the current carrying straight wire and a circle loop. I hope that you might have observed and understood that concept, and in further reading you can see this more, and we can go for the further